Hey, what's up guys? It's Brendan from Best Life Weight Loss, and today's bike vlog, I want to talk about tracking your dessert calories. You know, if you saw the short, I referenced streamer Asmongold talking about, not tracking your desserts, or, he saw a video, someone was in a bakery, and they were talking about calories, and he was like, oh, if you're getting dessert, you're not looking at calories, you're a fat piece of shit, whatever, And that is so silly, dumb, and disingenuous. And I'm not discrediting the guy. I think he has really good takes, but I've heard it before. He's not the only person that said, "Oh, why are you you're ordering the fucking double quarter pounder with cheese, but you're getting a Diet Pepsi or Diet Coke." Yeah, because that shit matters. Supplementing, sacrificing, and putting it to the side. Things that you can have more of. So when you start looking at calories and you start looking at density, you're gonna see that something can have 1,000 calories. Case in point, you go to a Jack in the Box and you get their large Oreo shake. That's about 1080, 1100 calories. It's something I like to get every now and then for my cheat day. You know what I get now is at Safeway, they have a Blue Bunny cookies and cream, and it's about the same serving, looks like about the same serving size of amount for only 680 calories. Meaning that I can basically eat 2 of those, and it's almost equivalent to eating 1 of those large shakes from Jack in the Box. People that say, oh, tracking dessert is silly, they're fat. People that say tracking dessert is silly, they're not tracking. Anyone that criticizes you for tracking your calories, regardless of what it is, criticizing you for picking a Diet Coke over a sugary, calorie fucking filled soda, it's silly. It's a silly non-argument. And nobody that is healthy, nobody that is working out, that is doing fitness, will disregard calorie tracking, especially when it comes to desserts. And seeing that, understanding that, knowing, oh, I want to consume that piece of chocolate cake. Cheesecake. Safeway has these delicious cheesecakes. Whole slices for sale. Sometimes those slices be 600-700 calories. I can go and eat 6-7 fucking cookies from McDonald's, and that's like 400 or 500 calories. That is what I'm talking about when I say the calories in your food matter. Understanding what the calories are, how much they are, and the density of it, because it gives you the better options. I was 367 pounds. You don't get that way from eating healthy and eating right. I was eating good, delicious, trash foods, multiple desserts, just going ham on that shit. And now, understanding how the calories are set up, understanding what the numbers look like, I'm able to achieve way more with my deficit while still maintaining a certain level of interesting facts. I go to the store. Sometimes I'll be at work, I go to the store, want a snack, right? Maybe some pork grinds. I get the pork grinds because they're usually lower in calories, low in saturated fat, and doesn't have a lot of carbs. It's a nice little snack. And maybe I'll have a meat stick, but I'm looking at these different items. And there's the meat stick that's fat looking and has high protein, and it's 200 calories. And then there's the meat stick that is super skinny and has maybe a little less protein, and it's 200 calories. And I'm like, man, they're the same calories, but one is bigger. One is going to fill me up more. And that's really what it comes down to in my mind. When you're looking at calories, when you're deciding your meals, you don't want caloric dense foods. You want foods that are going to fill you up and make you feel satiated without having high calories in it. That's why I preach the vegetables. I'm always, if I make a meal and I feel like, oh, it's kind of lacking, carrots. Carrots, low calories, full of fiber. You want the whole carrots because you want the skin. The skin is where the fiber's at. But that shit's going to fill you up. That's going to make you feel satiated. And obviously, you're not trying to fill up on desserts. You're not trying to feel satiated. But if you're like me, I want the bang for my buck. If I say, hey, I'm going to consume this many calories for dessert, I want the best option. I want the option where I feel like I'm getting a variety. You know, there's been times I'll go to the store, I'll see something, and I'll look at it, and I'll put it back because of the calories versus how much of the product I'm eating. And I'll look and I'll see, oh, hey, this is only 100 calories. And then I read it, and it's like, oh, per container. And it's something like fucking M&Ms or something that you're not gonna just eat one of. And that's really what it comes down to, is knowing and learning, hey, what can I resist and what can I indulge on? There are certain things that if you put in front of me, I will have no self-control. That is why I don't buy things. If I want a snack, if I want some Oreos, I buy small amounts. I buy in small quantities because there's just certain aspects. You know, I can't buy a big tub of cookies and cream ice cream and leave it in the freezer for when I want to have my cheat day, because I will not control myself with that shit. I will fucking go and eat some. That is why I've really gotten into different variety of, you know, what I call healthier snacks. And what do I think are healthy snacks? The 000 Greek yogurt, I think it's Dannon. The nuts, I've been doing macadamia, walnuts. And if you're buying nuts, you have to be careful because they be putting bullshit in them. It's fucking nuts. Sounds silly saying it, but you know, I see all these ingredients, oils and shit, and it's like, nah, all I want is the nuts. Maybe some fucking salt. You know, I get the Great Value walnuts, ingredients, walnuts. The Great Value fucking macadamia nuts, literally just macadamia and some sea salt. The jerky bites, you know, I get the homemade jerky from my buddy, but when I don't have that, I get the little fucking Jack Link's jerky bites. They are delicious, and it's something where I can grab 5 or 6 of the bites out of the bag, and it's an item that I can't over consume. You know, I don't buy like the Jack Link's jerky. I don't buy the bites in comparison to the jerky because the bites is just so much better, higher protein, anything like that. No, it's literally comes down to if I buy like a Jack Link's jerky, just something about, I don't know, the texture, the way it tastes, I'm gonna eat the whole fucking bag. Whereas I buy the jerky bites, that bag will last a week. I actually eat the serving size out of it. And that's what you gotta look at too for your snacking. Pick something that you're gonna eat the serving size of, something that you don't want to overeat of. And it's hard. And there's gonna be times when you do overeat it. But because it's a healthier option, because it's not Hostess cupcakes, cookies, Swiss rolls, it's okay if you have a little bit extra. Apples, blueberries, mangoes, various fruits. You know, I buy a lot of it frozen, buy a lot of it fresh, but I try and have some kind of multiple fruit aspect. And it really helps because it's just, hey, they're not high in calories, great in nutrients, and it'll help satiate you. But the concept of not tracking your dessert, discrediting desserts because it is a dessert, it's something unhealthy. Just because you're consuming something unhealthy doesn't mean you can't track it. Doesn't mean you can't know what's in it so you can make the best informed decisions. Laughing at looking at calories is the dumbest shit you can ever do because that is information. I be trying to tell everyone, information is something that is so important, it's so key, and it's something that's gonna push you forward for your weight loss journey. Learning, applying. But that's what I got for you. You know, I say if you're consuming it, you should be tracking it. You should know how many calories every item is. Because then you can play with it. You can say, oh, man, I can eat 3 bags of this and a fucking granola bar instead of that I usually eat. And that might make you feel better. So I hope you guys start your weight loss journey today and stay positive.